most Bell as always. Welcome back. So we are talking about BirdBox on Netflix. I know it's the buzz movie of the moment. I did actually cave in and watch this a lot sooner than I thought I was going to get to it. And here's why. Because the other night on Christmas, I was at my brother's house, and my sister-in-law was talking about how they watched this movie not that long ago, within the last few days or whatever, and she's like, oh yeah, it's okay, it's whatever, not really worth it. I'm like, gotta watch it because I want to prove her wrong, just saying. But then again, to be fair, she's not really, an aficionado of horror movies like myself. Not really, but no, she's really not as much into, like, these type of movies as myself and a lot of you guys. But I did check it out yesterday, and oh my gosh. I have to say, like, yes, it is very overhyped right now, but dang, I enjoyed this one. I enjoyed the hype around this movie. I thought it was well deserved. Like I said, I can see why it's like it's overhyped and everything. I respect that. I know I've said that about a few movies this year, but this movie, BirdBox. So I know it started off, I should say it was, or it is a book. It is a book. I don't know the author's name. I'm sorry. I know Jen over at Jen's Reviews from the Grave. I know I was watching her review earlier today. She said the author's name. I honestly can't remember. You guys know me. Whatever. But yes. Oh, this movie just is so good. Like I said, it started off as a book, made into a movie and everything, and even Jen and Christian, like, their video, literally, I mean, I almost was just gonna be like, go watch their video, because it's pretty much everything I'm gonna pretty much say in my video, but they were saying kind of how, people have been kind of comparing it to A Quiet Place, which, yeah, rightfully so. Both movies are very similar in everything, in plot and everything. Couple of different tweaks and everything between the two. Quiet Place, you gotta be really, really quiet. BirdBox, you cannot, you have to basically cover your eyes if you go to the outside and everything. That's kind of like this sort of scenario where you can't let your eyes, like, see the outside world, or else you're gonna kind of succumb to this beast. Or we never actually see the beast. I know over the last week or so, there's been some things about deleted scenes that show this creature and everything. I'm with Jen on this. Like, I'm okay with not seeing the beast or monster or creature, whatever you want to call it, in this movie. I'm okay with that because, it gives it much more of a darker and creepier atmosphere and, like, suspenseful atmosphere and everything, which I don't mind. I really don't mind if I don't see a character. You guys kind of know that. I touched upon that in the past and everything. But and the cast in this, I know there's obviously Sandra Bullock, B.D. Wong's in this, the chick from American Horror Story, God, I can't even think of her name right now. John Malkovich is in this and everything. I have to agree with Jen on this too, or maybe Christian also kind of alluded to this too, but John Malkovich's character, like, he's an asshole, but there is a moment in this where I feel like he does kind of redeem himself, and you're kind of like, oh, thank you, like, yes, I hate your fucking guts, but you redeemed yourself, and thank you, Mr. Malkovich, and your character. So, I mean, there's little things like that it's like, put in the scenario and everything. Oh my god, like, you do kind of find qualities about people, even if you may not like them, or you just, whatever, you can sometimes find redeemable qualities in a person to see, like, yeah, they're human and everything. So, but man, and it does go sort of like back and forth from the past to sort of like the present, the movie's present and everything. And I feel like this is actually done pretty well, because with Sandra Bullock's character, it starts off with, like, modern day. She has these two kids, these two very young kids and everything. They're blindfolded. They're like, okay, we're gonna we're gonna go to this place or whatever. We have to do it now. But like you're kind of like, okay, like what's going on? So you're kind of the whole movie is going back and forth between the past and the present and seeing why did we start off here, like fitting the puzzle pieces in and everything to going to this vacation spot or whatever they call it in the movie. Just really done really effectively and well. I feel because I it's hard to do that sometimes. Like not too many movies can execute that very well. And plus too, I like that they also specify too when they're going back and forth. So you're not just like, okay, wait, what period are we in? You're not questioning that. You know, it's a very fluid, smooth transition throughout the entire movie. But we do, you know, once we kind of first go back to the beginning, or back to when all these events started, like, taking place and everything, we see Sandra Bullock and her sister at the doctor's office. Sandra Bullock's pregnant and everything. And she's a little bit kind of like, doesn't want to be pregnant, doesn't want to have a kid type of thing. To sort of see her journey towards the end, at the end, with these kids and everything. Oh, man, dude, man. And then, you know, what do you know, sort of havoc ensues and everything, and all this stuff starts happening, almost like mass suicides and everything, and people are just going freaking nuts. You're like, what? So it kind of, and her sister actually, excuse me, ends up actually being one of the affected people who kind of sees something, goes crazy, and unfortunately does get killed and everything. So, and that's tough. You know, that's tough. You see other people getting killed, and you feel for these people and everything. Just a lot of different things about this movie that is, oh, and there's another a pregnant lady that ends up like coming to this house that a bunch of these people kind of just so happen to sort of enter and like stumble upon and everything, and kind of come in and everything. So this woman who is kind of comes after the fact of everyone else coming, comes in, she's pregnant as well and everything, and she's scared, and you can kind of tell right away between like Sandra Bullock's character and this other pregnant lady, you kind of know which one's not gonna make it. Like Sandra Bullock's character right off the bat, I mean, yeah, she has a couple of like issues and everything, but you could tell right away she's pretty strong. She's got those characteristics where she's only gonna get stronger. She knows that she's gonna kind of pretty much, you know, try to fight till the end. This other character, this other pregnant lady, just doesn't quite have what it takes in her to survive, even with baby in tow and everything. And, you know, her demise too, you kind of feel for and everything. So, and there's one character, there's a second, sort of like outsider character that kind of stumbles upon the house and the rest of the group. And with this character, within a few scenes after him arriving, is kind of where, with John Malkovich's character, where you're kind of like, you're an asshole, I still hate you, but I liked you for a second because you stood up. You stood up, you know, against this guy and everything. So it just, so many different things about this movie that, oh, it just was executed so well. I actually want to go out and get this book and, like, read this book because I'm, like, hooked on it now. So it's really good, you guys. And even Jensen, I have to agree, too, like, you know, because obviously this is very similar to A Quiet Place, which obviously, like I said at the beginning of this video, this movie, Bird Box, is based off a book that came out, obviously, before A Quiet Place. And, like, I like The Quiet Place. You guys know I did a review on it. I loved it. I really do. This one is definitely, Bird Box is definitely much better executed. And literally, it just, oh, to me, I was on the edge of my seat the entire time, and I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting this to be much more of a slow burn, kind of how A Quiet Place was, where it very kind of just slow burn, boom, loud noise, you know, not with this one, definitely on the edge of my seat. And I have to say, too, if you do not continuously throughout this movie kind of question to yourself, what would I do in this situation? You have no fucking soul. And that's coming from me, little miss, like, Debbie Downer all the time. Like, you do not have a soul if you're not continuously going, God, what would I do in this? Oh my God, what would I do if this lady I've never met before just asked me to take care of her kid if anything ever happened to her? And, like, treating the kids, you know, and everything. And the kids, too, like, very kind of sheltered. Like, they don't even have names. They're just girl and boy. Like, Sandra Bullock just is like, I don't want them to have any identity sort of type thing. Like, and she had a pretty hard upbringing as well. So she's not allowing herself to really get attached to these kids. And I think that's kind of appropriate because it's like, okay, well, what if, you know, something that happens to her character and she's not around to be able to take care of these kids, or vice versa, something happens to these kids, or she has to put these kids in a situation where there's really no way around it. And actually, at one point, they're going down the river, and she's saying, okay, one of us is going to have to look, but it can't be me because I'm rowing. So, you know, it's going to have to be one of you guys. And, like, the little girl, because, like, her, when she was pregnant, she actually had a son. So, obviously, boy is her son. Girl, obviously, is this other lady's, child and everything. And this girl just kind of knows, and she's just, like, she knows kind of what's coming, and you're just like, no, dude. And I'm not even a mother. And I was still like, oh my God, I would not be able to do that. Like, and I get why she kind of was saying that, but you're just like, oh my God. I literally was like, no. So it just, you know, things like that if you, like I said, if you are not kind of questioning it, or like have some sort of emotion being invoked from you, you have no soul and you're dead. Just saying. But no, definitely check this one out, you guys, if you have not seen it. I get too why there's people not liking this movie, because I know I've seen a few people kind of say, such as my sister-in-law, who are not fans of this movie. I get it. I really do get it. But I think it is worth checking out for everyone. It really is. And just kind of like see what you like about it, what you don't like about it. But hey, that's just me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. As always, till next time, as always, stay creepy, classy, and a little bit sassy.